So this video is going to go through the homework for next Thursday. So it's question 4 on page 157. So as I said to you in class, the first thing I want you to do is draw a sketch of the actual 3D view given, and then we're going to use colours to show what we can see when we look in the different sides. So with the question there, it tells us draw a front elevation in the direction of arrow A. You can see arrow A is pointing towards the left hand side, so we're going to draw that up on the left. Our plan view is the direction of arrow B, that's going to go directly underneath. And then an end view looking in the direction of arrow C, that's pointing off to the right, so that's going to go over here. So the first thing is we're going to draw a sketch of what the object actually looks like. So we've done a little bit of practice with our 3D sketching already. And what we're going to do is use like the crate kind of method or the box method to sketch it out. So the first thing, as always, draw like a vertical line. We go off roughly 30 degrees each side. After that then, we're going to give our box a width and length and then a height as well. So with this object, it goes back a good bit to the right hand side, and it's a lot narrower on the left, and then the height of it is kind of roughly about that height there, give or take. Well, you can see what I'm doing is I'm now drawing my lines parallel back and drawing my lines straight up like that there, vertical here because it's going parallel to that, and then to finish off the top half of the box I want to go parallel out that way. I want to go parallel out that way, and then I want to go parallel to these two lines out to the left there like that. Now what I'm going to do is draw what's inside of it. So first of all I'm going to take the front side here. So I'm going to take that backwards L. So it goes down like that, and then it goes across all the way to the end there. And then we can see there's a line going back this way. You can see once again I'm going parallel as best I can. There's a 15 mil distance coming in, so I'm just going to mark in roughly what could be 15 mil say. And I can see that these two lines here are parallel. So I'm going back this way here, and then this line goes off out here. What I can start to do then is go over heavy what I have so far. So it's just a sketch. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. We just want to sketch out as best we can what we're actually going to be drawing, so we can colour it then, so we can see our different sides. At the very top we have this rectangle here, so that line there you can see is going to be going back parallel there. And then we have our point here, which is there, that goes straight up to hit our line there, like that. And the last thing we have then is we have our slope going down this way. So this point is going to connect to here, as it is there, and this point back here is going to connect to that point, which is there. And you can see as well they're parallel. That distance is 15, so that would be 15 as well there, if you were to measure it out properly. That's our sketch in 3D. What I'm going to use then is a few colours to represent the different views. So I'm going to use this purple colour here for the direction of arrow A, which is going to be our elevation. So when we look in this way, what we can see is that backward shape L there, and this triangular surface here as well. When we look down in our plan, I'm going to use this green colour here for B for our plan. We can see that top surface there, this rectangular surface here, and then we can see this side here. Our last view then, so you see, is going to be our end view, and that's looking in this way here in yellow. So what we can see is that rectangle there, that shape there, and then we can also see our slope surface here. So I'm going to mix the two together, because now you can see that side there looking down top, you can also see looking in that way. So we can see that view in we can see that side in two different views. So using the measurements in the book, we're going to start drawing out the views then. So keeping to the top left, our elevation is going to go to the left because our arrow is pointing that way. I'm going to pick that as my starting point. So I'm just going to put SP for starting point. The height of the object is a total of 60, so I'm going to go down roughly about 80 mil from the top of my page. So by about 20 mil space above it. I'm going to come in about 20 mil then to keep in from the left of the page as well. So that's my starting point there, SP. As always, try to draw a box for the object to fit inside. The height of the object, we already know, is 60 mil in total. So I go up 60. Take my line across. And the width of the object when we look in at A is a total of 70 mil. So that box is going to fit that view in. So now to get my backwards L, I want to get this width here first in the top right. And in the question it shows that's 15 mil. That's going to be going straight down. Let's go stop at this point here, which is a height of 15 mil up from the ground. So just to show you there. That's where I got my 15 mil height there. That's where I got my 15 mil width from there. And I take that across. And now I have that backwards L shape. Drawn in there, so that purple bit there. Next thing we have is that triangle that's left, and we can see one end of it is at the very end point, which is here. The other end of it is at the very top point here. So all I have to do there is connect those two together then. And that completes my elevation. So what I can see is that backwards L, that triangle, there's my backwards L, there's my triangle. For the plan, it always goes directly underneath. And what you always do is you take all of your widths down into it. I'm going to do about a 20 mil gap in between my two views. So for this view here, looking down top, I'm looking at my length and I'm looking at my depth this time. So the distance going across and the distance going back. So I already have all my widths going across here. Now I need my depths going back. And in the question, you can see you're given two. You're given 15 for that bit there, and you're given 45 for the entirety of it. So all the way across. So I'm going to go down 15, because that's my distance going back there, and it's a total of 45. And we take those across. So looking down on top, what I can see is that green rectangle at the back, that goes from one corner to the other, like that there. It's that width there, which is this width, so I follow it down. Giving me that rectangle there, and this long rectangle here, which is this front bit here. And the last one is going to be that rectangle that goes along there, which is the bit I've left at the back there. That's the bit that I want to see in two views. That's where my green and yellow are mixed together for that part there. So when we look in at our end view this way, which is looking in this direction here, we're going to see that sloping surface as well. Last part then for the end view. We have all of our heights, so we can just take them across. We don't need to remeasure them. And then we take our depth there, our thickness, and we go 45 degrees from our nearest edge here to the end of the view. So we take that across, we take that across. Now included in it is going to be this line here. So what you always do is you take it all the way across to the end of the plan, and you take that up at 45 degrees as well. Where it hits your baseline, you take them straight up, and now this box is going to fit in our view looking in yellow. So first of all, we can see that rectangle. It's the complete width there, from there to there, and it's up 15, which I already have taken from my height there across. On the left hand side, I have that slope and surface there, and it runs all the way to the top. It's 15 mil wide, which is that width there that I followed up. So we can take that line there, that line there. The last little bit then, I can see that box there in yellow, which is going to be this box here. And that completes the three views. Last thing I'm going to do is just draw two sets of lines. I'm going to write in the name of my views. So there's my elevation. So that was looking at ROA. There's my end view. That was looking at ROC. And there's my plan. And that was looking down on ROB. So hopefully that video helps anybody who may have been stuck on that question for homework.